Watch till the end to get a special treat. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
So this is kind of this lesson's about understanding text and fonts. So in order to write something out, you're going to go over here and click your text tool, and then bring your window, just come over here and click somewhere on the screen, and you're just going to write out your text, whatever you want. Now mine's super small because I got it set at 9 right now, but when you're done writing out your text, you'll come up here to the selection tool, which is this top arrow. It'll bring up these guides around your text. Just grab the corner and you can drag it out to whatever size you want. You can change the color of it by having it highlighted and just click the colors down here to whatever you want. We're just going to go up here to the box tool, and I'm going to draw a rectangle out here. So if you want to change the font in a particular text that you have written out, you'll just double click it and highlight it like this. And if you have your text window over here open, it's going to give you all of the texts, all the fonts that you have installed on your computer. And if you open this window just a little bit wider, it'll show you what you have highlighted on the screen. And you can just go through here and highlight it and use your arrow keys and just flip down till you find a font that you want. So let's just say we want this font. So you found what you wanted, and just click apply, and it'll change the font over here. Just go back up to your selection tool, and we're back to where we started with the new font. Now if you want to take this font and you want to add it onto the top of something, which is called a positive text, because you'll hear people refer to things as positive or negative. Positive is when it's a letter, the physical letter that you're cutting out. Negative text would be if you brought this down here and and you cut the text out of this. So this would be a negative font. But just to back up a little bit, so let's say you want to put this text on top of something so that it cuts out, whatever this is. Maybe this is in your monogram or whatnot. So if you wanted to do that, you just put the text where you want it to, highlight both of them, come up here to path and go union. Now that's welded together, you can cut that out, no problem. Now I'm just going to go back here and I'm going to hit Control Z to undo. Now our text is back to being a text. We'll just put it on top of this, and we're going to highlight them both. We're going to go up here to path, and we're going to hit difference, and that will cut it out of what you're doing. Now when you now when you have a negative text, you have to bridge your letters because the center of the A, those will fall out if you just try to cut it out the way it is. The O and the R, all that's going to fall out. So how we can bridge our letters so that doesn't happen, we can grab our zoom tool right here and just zoom into the A. We're going to grab our box tool here, come over here, and we're just going to draw out a rectangle shape. Now if you have multiple letters, what I like to do to keep this thing the same size is I'll go back to my selection tool, I'll right click this, I'll hit duplicate, and I'll just pull one off to the side because I'm going to use that for the next letter. Let's work on the A here. So I tend to try to make my bridges roughly the same width as the text. It just looks better in my opinion. You can't always do that, but sometimes, most of the time you can. So when you're doing your bridge, like on an A, on an angled letter, where what you're bridging is on an angle and not straight up and down, you're just going to click this twice, and it's going to change these arrow keys on the side. So that's the default, where you can change the size or whatever. But if you click it twice, it's going to let you turn it, and it's going to let you skew it like this. So I'm just going to hit Control Z to go back to where we started. Now I'm just going to rotate this until it's roughly the same as my letter here. And we're just going to get that as close as we can to where we want it. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, and I'll show you why. So we're just going to grab the slider and go over here to our next letter. The next one is an A, so I'm going to select this twice. Actually, I'm going to right click it. I'm going to duplicate it first, pull one off to the side. I'm going to come back here and click it twice, and I'm going to skew that over to be about the same angle as the A's cut out. Now, like I say, this doesn't have to be perfect. See, this one's not perfect. I'll leave it a little bit imperfect to show you why it matters, but not as much as you might think. We're going to grab this one. We're just going to slide it over to the to the O, duplicate, put it up here to the R, and those are all the bridges that we need in this particular one. Now I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hit my minus key and zoom out so I can see the whole thing here. Now all these bridges are individual right now. So what I like to do is I just like to highlight just the bridges like this, and you can come up here to path and go combine, and that turned them all into one piece. See, they're all connected now. So with all of those combined, you can grab the entirety of your work and just go back, highlight them both, highlight them all, come back up here and go path union. Now that welded all your bridges in there. So let's go back to our magnifying glass. We're going to zoom into this, and if you zoom in real close, you can see where we put that bridge right there, and it's got a little notch, right? So what we can do to fix this is come up here to our nodes tool, which is the second tool down, or you can simply double click your work and it'll bring up the nodes tool. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight those nodes, and we're just going to hit the delete key, and we're going to delete them. And go over here and do the same thing to this one. And what that does is that straightens that line out. It makes a straight line from this point to this point. The O we don't got to worry about. The R we do. So now we've got perfectly straight lines, and you can send that over to your table, and that will cut out perfectly. You want to get those nodes gone, because depending on how big you cut this out, it'll leave a little jagged mark there on your work, and you don't want that. That's about the majority for text, positive and negative, but you get the basics. We'll work with this more in the future. So let's move on to the next lesson.
What if I told you that mastering CNC plasma sign design and becoming a master at sales and marketing your work doesn't require expensive software or years of experience? You don't need to be a tech wizard. You just need the right tools, the right tutorials, and a proven step-by-step roadmap. I built my CNC plasma business from the garage with a 2-foot by 2-foot plasma table up to a 5,000 square foot full-blown metal fab shop, and now I'm giving away the exact tools and pathway to how I did it. Inside is all of the information I wish I had when I first started 7 years ago. This includes a free Inkscape drawing tutorial video set that teaches you how to draw, design, and prep your files for plasma cutting like a pro, start to finish. And I'm also unlocking access to our CNC Plasma Sales Masterclass, where you'll learn how to turn your hobby into a full-blown, profitable business. When you click the link below, you'll get instant access to our step-by-step Inkscape training, ready to cut SVG sign files, our plasma sign pricing calculator, a free QuickBooks masterclass to track your sales, our complete CNC plasma business roadmap, and my exclusive member-only content that I will never post on YouTube. Inside, you'll find tons of downloadable files and private video lessons waiting for you. If you're ready to stop guessing, if you're tired of endlessly searching YouTube, and ready to finally build a CNC plasma business that pays you what you're worth so that you can go full-time and quit your day job, you can escape the rat race just like I did, and I'm going to show you how. Click the link below in the description, sign up for free, and I'll see you inside.